A play is a carefully constructed mechanical system built through a highly intentional sequence of events. This architectural approach to storytelling has a long historical pedigree dating back to ancient Greece. What separates drama from all other forms of literature is its core requirement for execution. The story must be physically acted out before a live audience. The blueprint for this system relies on 6 primary elements: plot, character, theme, style, setting, and structure. To understand a dramatic text, we have to analyze this mechanical framework and observe how these individual parts interlock. A play is ultimately an engine designed to generate, escalate, and resolve human conflict. We begin with the first layer of the system, the setting. The setting establishes the rigid parameters of the play, the mood, the time, and the physical place where the events occur. The playwright exercises control over this environment through stage directions. These written instructions dictate the physical movements, specific actions, and gestures required of the actors. Stage directions also dictate the physical construction of the space itself. We call this built environment, the stage and its surrounding scenery, the set. Placed inside that set are properties, or props. These are the specific movable articles used during the performance, separate from the fixed scenery or the actors' costumes. Moving beyond the physical space, we find the conceptual text elements, beginning with theme. The theme is the overarching idea, perception, or point of view the author is expressing through the system. Then there is style. This is the specific linguistic fingerprint of the playwright, differentiating two plays even if they explore the exact same theme. Together, the set, props, theme, and style form a set of static boundaries. They create the unmoving container that holds the kinetic energy of the story. That kinetic energy comes from the active agents of the system, the cast, defined as the selected actors appearing in the play. Before they step on stage, actors use preparation spaces to transform into these agents. They are cast to embody specific character types, constructed with varying degrees of psychological complexity. The first type is the flat character. A flat character is strictly one-dimensional, designed to embody a single primary trait. Compare that one-dimensional construct with the round character. Round characters contain several lifelike attributes, which are frequently at odds with one another. These characters navigate the system primarily through dialogue. Dialogue consists of the spoken lines exchanged between 2 or more characters. Characters and their dialogue act as the active force injected into the static framework, working continuously to solve the play's central problem. Every dramatic system requires a central problem to drive it forward. This problem can be physical or moral, a person struggling against another person, against their environment, or against themselves. This problem generates the conflict, or the central struggle of the story. The sequential, structural working out of this conflict over time is what we call the plot. We can map this sequence using a 6-stage structural graph. Stage 1 is the exposition. This fills the viewer in on character backgrounds and the present situation, frequently foreshadowing the difficulties to come. Stage 2 introduces the complication. The core conflict arrives, and the plot thickens as additional problems multiply. Stage 3 is the crisis. This is the point of no return. A crucial decision is made here that dictates the final outcome of the conflict. That decision triggers Stage 4, the climax. As the point of maximum intensity and interest, the climax forces a resolution, leading straight into the falling action. Finally, Stage 5 brings the dénouement. This is the final resolution of the story, a conclusion so short that some experimental authors omit it entirely. This rigid structural trajectory forces the characters to collide with the theme, driving the action until the conflict is mathematically resolved. Once the structural blueprint is memorized by the cast and arranged by the director, the theoretical system has to operate in reality. Live performances rely on hidden mechanisms to keep running smoothly, starting backstage with the prompter. The prompter tracks the text to deliver a cue, a specific signal that tells an actor it is time to begin a speech. With the actors cued, the technical director dims the lights in the house, encompassing both the physical theater and the audience seated inside it. The curtain rises, the play executes its plotted trajectory, and the sequence concludes with the cast. By recognizing the stages of a plot, the depth of the characters, and the structural mechanics holding them together, Your next theatrical experience becomes a profound exercise in analytical observation.